Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero. So it has been out for just over a week now, and I wanted to do sort of like a little review, I guess. I've seen some people online have been pretty unhappy with the game. But yeah, I just wanted to give like my honest thoughts. So personally, I do feel a bit torn on my overall thoughts about the game, and I will go on to explain why that is. So, first off, I do think that it is a beautiful game. Visually, it's very, very appealing. The art style is really cool, and I just think they did a really, really good job with that. They've got lots of really unique characters. I think the characters' designs are really cool. Definitely not like anything I've seen. Which I think is really nice. Their music choices are so good. I cannot stress this enough. Like, the music choices have been on point every single time, which I'm really happy about because I love music. The storytelling, the way they tell the story through they've got lots of different ways of telling the story. So they've got the comic book strip kind of parts where you go through the comic strip. Then there's it kind of reminds me of like manga style, where like the different characters come in and they're talking. And then there's also the cutscenes as well. And I do think that's a really cool thing that they did, and I really like it. It makes it a lot easier to digest the story because you're not just sitting there staring at characters talk the whole time. It feels different each time, which makes it a lot nicer to sit through. I do think like the main city that you start in 6th Street, I think that's really cool. There's some really cool things. So there's like the Daily Scratchy from the dog. There's the noodle shop and the coffee shop where you can get like the buffs, which is really cool. I like that they have that. And there's also like the arcade. You can go and play like Snake and things like that. So I do think that area as well is really cool. Now, the story, for me, it's a little lackluster. I don't think it's that good. It's okay. I enjoyed it enough to play it, but I also don't have that much desire to continue playing it. I don't know. I think maybe because I have a lot of other games that I'm wanting to play right now, that the story is just not good enough for me to prioritize that over other things at the moment. The gameplay is fun. I do like the combat. I think it's cool being able to switch in and out with the different characters. I think the characters are fun to play, but I do also feel like the combat doesn't have that much depth, and I feel like it's probably going to get boring kind of fast. I'm not really sure. If it's just exactly the same as this the whole time, then I don't know. For me, I feel like I'm going to get bored. The TV mechanic is okay. At first, I was enjoying it, but it is quite repetitive. And I also don't like how you don't really have any freedom. There's not really any real choice as the player. You have to go and do things a certain way. You have to go here and collect this, and it's like you might miss a couple things, but it's not that big of a deal if you miss the things, and cool if you get them. It just feels repetitive, and it feels like there's no choice. And I wish there was more combat. It feels like you go in and you're just stuck in a TV screen for ages, and you get to fight maybe once or twice for 5 seconds, and that's it. I don't know. I wish there was more fighting. Like, I wish I could run around the world. I wish it was a bit more open rather than just going into this section fighting and then going back into the TVs. Yeah. So yeah, I do wish there was a bit more combat like that. The dailies, they're easy, they're fast, there's nothing really to complain there. They're really easy to do, so good for a gacha game, good to just quickly hop onto your dailies, so that's good. You get to choose your weeklies as well. You get to pick 2 weeklies out of like a few options, which is cool. I like that they give you the option to choose. The like training for the upgrade materials is simple. It's the same as every other gacha game. It's nothing complicated, except for like instead of choosing the waves, you're choosing like how many enemies you're gonna fight. But yeah, nothing crazy. I do think it is interesting in this game how the main character isn't really playable. Like, you don't fight with her. She's just the pawn that you run around the city with. And obviously, like, she is part of the story, but you're never playing as her, which is really interesting because, you know, most other gacha games aren't like that. You are playing as the main character, or you can at least, you know, put her in your team to play as her, but you can't do that in this game. Also, the pull mechanic, I personally am not a huge fan of the visual. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel very satisfying. And I guess that's a good thing for me because it means that I don't want to spend money and I don't really care that much about pulling just because it's not satisfying. It doesn't give me that rush like other games do. Like when I'm pulling in a Honkai Star Rail, when I see that rainbow ticket, like, you know, that adrenaline, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the gambler in me. But I don't get that with this game at all, like not even a little bit. It just, I don't know, it feels kind of underwhelming. I don't think they're going to change it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I feel kind of sad about it, I suppose, because I think the characters are so cool and the art style is so cool and the music is so cool, and I want to play it. I want to, but I just don't want to. Do you get what I'm saying? I wish that I wanted to, but I don't. And I don't know, I feel kind of bummed about it because I want to play these characters, I want to get to know them, but it just, I don't know, there's nothing that really is bringing me back. It's probably going to be on the back burner for me right now. I just started playing Once Human, which is like a new survival game that just came out, and I am a sucker for a good survival game, so probably going to be on that quite a bit. Still playing Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail, and you know, maybe I'll throw in a little bit of Zenless Zone Zero there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not really sure how I feel right now. I think I just have other things that I'd rather be playing right now. But yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, so please let me know in the comments what you're feeling. If you're enjoying the game, if you have any complaints, I'd love to hear. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe. It helps me so much. We just hit 300 subs and I'm so grateful. Thank you, I really appreciate it. And also, if you do want to, you can follow me on Twitch where I stream. I'd really love to hit 3K followers by the end of the year, so if you want to come over and say hi, I would love to see you. And yeah, until next time everyone, I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.